on YouTube. Just a quick showcase I've made over. It's private, so it's not as you can't view it if you're not me. It's a mix of this. It's the uncensored edition. I've added a light version of the character editor. I'll say that in air quotes. So when you're in the room, all this looks the same, but if I move out, you can see, oh, there's something different there. It's got breasts. But if I come to the mirror, like this, you've got breasts. Now, while you're in the mirror, I haven't got the HUD for it, but left and right will turn the top off. Tap down will turn the bottom off, on and off. Let's see if I can, so you can see it. So yeah. So if you've got the top off, bottom on, it's male. Top on, bottom off, female. Both on, that one. Both off, that one. So fully encompasses all the genders, all the actual genders. So for example, if I do that, it does have the remove clothes options. So if I come over, let's zoom the camera out. So you still got the forward, back, and then left for the zooms. That turns the maturity mode on, which adds the triangle function to here. So if I come into here and go boom, you see it's not dynamic, it's just sculpted. Pick the gun up. The colors, it all changes colors with the thing. Come back to the mirror. It all works with the thing. It looks a little, you can see the seams because I've just thrown it in there. The normal version of this, the resculpt of the head is done. The hair is in the standard version. The bit on the forehead, the robotic part, that's done. All that except for the gender part is in the standard version. So everything you see here, the floor, the roof, everything in here, the head sculpt, the hair sculpt, all this, it's in the standard version. The only thing I've added in this version is the fact that you can toggle on or off breasts and male anatomy. And then also if you come to here, it actually has it there, and if you come to the mirror, come to here, you can turn that on or off, and that on or off. It's got no details in it, so it's not like, oh look, there's a nipple there. Like if I turn it around and look, there's no butthole and anything like that, if that's what you're worried about. There's a close look at the hair if you want to have a look at the hair. But I got the standard version. In fact, if I come to the standard version, exit, go to there, go to view. Just so you can see, there's the standard version. So as you come to here, go to the mirror. It doesn't have. It's still got the head sculpt, still got the hair sculpt. It doesn't have the left and right to turn on and off the genders. I figured when I'd done the head sculpt, it's like, there's the nude mode. When I'd done the head sculpt and the hair sculpt, I thought I might make a version that's the way the game Cyberpunk should have been and is labelled as and is not. Not getting into it, but that's why I did it. So the only way to get a close look at the hair is either exit into edit mode or do that. It's a basic sculpt. It's meant to be a similar hairstyle to what the character in the game has in brackets trailers. The eyes do glow, but you can't. Let's see if I can get it without. They do glow, as you can see. But I've put a spotlight at the mirror to illuminate the character just that little bit. So if you're using it, you can adjust that. Just adjust the brightness. It turns on when if you look on the wall, while the puppet's at the mirror, the spotlight turns on. That's all it does. So like with this, when you're standing here, the water comes on. When you go near that, the glass brightens up, so you can spit that out. When you go near that, word window pops up, so you can change that. The door, it'll stop blinking and stay solid. You can open that. These ones here, this one says square when you get within range, so that's in range. Triangle is if this is on green on the mature section, and the gun is going square, and then you can use it. Have noticed the gun is, the dot is center of the screen, but the shooting isn't center, as you can see. So if you want to adjust any of that, feel free, or if you just want to use the room, feel free. You want to use some of the sculpts, feel free. They're all pretty much basic sculpts. I haven't gone anything like, oh, let's go put a bit of detail in it. So that if you want to use it for something else, you can. So like, for example, the cabinet, you could use the sculpt for something else. The table, if you want to make a weird ass TV out of it, you can. The cabinets up there can be used to something else. These cabinets here, it's all very basic sculpting, so it's reusable in other stuff if you want to. If the sculpt has like an asymmetric thing to it, like for example this one here, then it's obvious, so I can use it for like the back part could be used for one thing and the front part could be used for another. That's why I've done it that way. Same with like here, I could have rounded off both sides or squared it off, whatever, but I've left it like it is, so that, and same with the larger gap. If you look up the end here, there's a big hole there. I could have cut it right at the edge of that square. I didn't, so they could use it over there to give it that look. If I remember correctly, that bed does poke outside a little bit, but other than that, it all fits within the room. That's why the mirror is a fake mirror. When I say fake mirror, it's literally the camera moves to behind it, and that is purely for the fact that if I wanted to do like a duplication of what you see in the mirror, it would come out to here. Now I could just have it so it pops in at the time you need it, like I did in one of my other saves, but it's like, just use the camera, it's easier. And because unlike CD Projekt, I actually care about stuff, so this is one that's available. You can play it, you can use it, it's remixable. I'll show you this. It's remixable, it's listed, it's called the Fraudulent Room 2077. This one here, the uncensored edition, isn't available to everyone, purely because it's got anatomical stuff in it. Because Media Molecule are a pack of pussies, let's be blunt. Oh, we're gonna bend the knee to censorship. That's why it's like that. So you got the female, come into here, you can go boom, you can turn the male on, back out, and you look down, it's all real time in there. What you see is what you get. So yeah. The zooms, I'm not 100% happy with the way it's working. I got a feeling I might have to make it so while you're in the mirror, because when you're in the mirror and you're like, the other one doesn't have the problem, but when you tap like forward to go up and down, and then you back out, it's done the zoom. So I might have to make it so that while you're in the mirror, the zoom doesn't activate. But it's like minor things. In brackets, bug fixing. So that's all this video, this all this stream was about. Letting you know that I've done a version of this. But on a quick note, if I come into here and go to that one, that's at 1.9. It's got the outfits in. So again, she's usable, she's remixable, respect her. It's got the random rain, it's got the mic on the thing, and it's got the compatible with the sundial. The sundial is where is it? There it is there. My game, it's got a room randomizer in it for the furniture. It's not in all the rooms yet, it's just in the one room, but if I grab the key, come right here, room down the end here, this room here, like if you look at the layout right now, it's got the corner desk, cupboard in each corner, and it's got the bed in the middle. If I just go here, go rewind, rinse and repeat, turn the alarm off, over here, got the key. The room should now have a different layout. There's 4 variants of each piece. So, oh there you go. Wow, it's got all the beds. So it's got that amount of beds. It's got 4 sets of cupboards. It's got the 2 sets of desks, and it's got a blend of the two. So like the 2 center beds, in theory you could get a single bed in the middle. You could get a bed on the left, a bed on the right, bed on both sides, bed in the center, or all of them. So there's 4 variations of each. And the cupboards should match up with the beds. You shouldn't have a bed inside a cupboard, or a cupboard inside a bed. And same with the desks, you can have the single one like that, the single one turned the other way, or the corner one. It's just a template I've placed in here. I'm going to end up putting it in every room, so every playthrough you'll come in, the rooms will be slightly different. The rooms with the key cards will have the key card location in a set spot. That will not move. But every time you go into the room, it'll look different. The only room that won't do that, well technically there are 2 rooms that won't do that, is this room here, which is going to be is just the storage for the furniture. So as you can see, it's got the couch, and I haven't got the couch in the normal rooms. And your room. So your room is going to have the same layout all the time, which can be the double bed in the middle, the cupboards either side, and the desk turned sideways, with the computer facing backwards, the laptop, with the fire detected. The alarm turns off when you stand in front of it. You don't have to push a button or anything like that. Once I've placed the plan is once I've placed the randomizer in each room, I might release it as remixable. We'll see what happens. That's remixable. That's private. She's remixable. The base version of her is remixable. Variations like this one here are playable. This is the ab version, so if you hit the thing, it does the abs, or if you bend the puppet, it does the abs. Same with the skirt version. Then there's this one here, which is remixable, but it's an alternate version. It's got the bands on the legs. So there's the stuff that's out. There's the skirt. So as you can see, circle usually is like it's a showcase and all that, and the octagons are usually like an object or a sculpt or something like that. So that's how you can normally, if you didn't know, the shape of the thing. See how they're round, and if you come into it, it'll come. Where is it? Wait, did not show it anymore? Ah, there it is. There. Showcase. If you go to that one, it's game. This one should say sculpture. So sculptures, gadgets, characters, this sort of stuff. Character would be the shaped shape, and the round ones are usually like a game or a showcase. So I'm out here. Stay safe. I'll catch you till next time. Says.